Welcome to another edition of Sticks and Stones. I'm your host, Brent Elrod, coming to you from the cozy confines here on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill, deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. And I have a great show lined up today. I am pairing what I think is two very great products together, and we are going to see how well I have done. I am going to be pairing the CAO Brazilia with Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon. I am very excited about this, so let's go ahead, pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, this CAO Brazilia is what they call an Amazon, which is basically like a Gordo. It is a 6x60 on the ring gauge, has a filler and binder from Nicaragua. It has a very beautiful dark Maduro Brazilian wrapper. It has very minimal veining that is almost invisible, tight seams, and a double cap. Now, on the nose, I get a big burst of like fresh earth and some notes of cocoa and some espresso. Let's give it a cut, test the cold draw. It's got a very easy draw to it. I get some notes of leather and maybe something along the lines of raisin. It's got a very mellow cold draw to it. I think this is going to be a really good stick. Now, Buffalo Trace is the flagship of Buffalo Trace Distillery, which is owned by Sazerac and was introduced in 1999. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon that is aged 8+ years in first use American white oak barrels. It has a mash bill that's made up of corn, rye, and malted barley. It's 45% alcohol by volume. It's 90 proof. So let's pop the cork and have a look at this beautiful spirit. This has an absolutely beautiful, beautiful, rich, golden brown mahogany color to it and has really great legs. It really clings to the sides of the glass very well. On the nose, I pick up quite a bit of rye spice from the rye and the mash bill. Some smooth and mellow notes of vanilla. A little bit of cinnamon and some baking spices. Let's try a drink. It's delicious. You get a heavy note of rye from the rye grain and the mash bill. That also adds in quite a bit of black pepper and spice, which is one of the reasons why I chose the Brazilia. We'll see as we go along. I also get kind of a creamy butterscotch and some notes of nutmeg and cinnamon. Let's go ahead and fire this stick up and see how these two go together. I have my Rocky Patel Envoy 5 torch, which should do the job quite nicely. You always want to make sure that you keep your flame far enough away from your stick. You don't want to be burning it up. You just want to toast it. That's a really, really good stick. Right away, I get some nuttiness, maybe along the lines of almonds. I pick up some notes of cedar and also a really nice earthiness. Let me try these two together. Those go together really, really well. I think this is going to be a really good pairing. I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the halfway mark, and I'll come back and give you an update. Hey, I just wanted to break in. I'm only about 1/4 of an inch in on this, and the CAO Brazilia is burning pretty wonky right out of the gate. I'm going to keep an eye on it, see how it goes, but not a real smooth burn line on this particular stick. Just going to jump back in. I don't even think I need to do a close-up this time. We're about an inch in, and the wonkiness that the stick had in the beginning has really started to straighten itself out. Still got some pretty good waves in it, but it's doing much better, and I didn't even touch it up. So I think it's going to be all right. Hey Stoners, I'm back. As you can see, we're about the halfway mark. Ash still hasn't dropped off yet. The Buffalo Trace is coming along nicely. At the halfway point, you can add in some pepper and spice to the CAO Brazilia, which is marrying very well with the rye spice and the black pepper that I'm picking up in the Buffalo Trace. Overall, this is a very good pairing, and I'm pretty well pleased with it. I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the halfway mark, and I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. You know, I've been watching the news here lately, what's going on with the whole FBI raid at Mar-a-Lago and everything, and I think from the other political commentary I've put out thus far, people have kind of figured out that I'm really not Democrat, I'm really not Republican, I'm a registered libertarian. So civil liberties are a very big thing with me. And no matter which side of the political aisle you were on, or what you think personally of former President Trump, everybody should be concerned with what we saw with this raid on Mar-a-Lago. I've reviewed some of the redacted information that has been put out this last week by the court, and some of the pages are completely and totally redacted. The entire page is blacked out. And from what I've seen and what I've read, this is the Justice Department going in search of a crime. They have somebody that they believe is a criminal, and they're going to dig around until they find something that they can pin on him. The warrant that was signed and used to go in and perform the raid was so broad and so vague that they could basically take anything they wanted, whether it had to do with the records that they were looking for or not. For instance, the way the warrant was written, if they found one page in one box and that one page had a classification marking on it, secret, top secret, etc. They could take the box. There could be 1,000 documents in the box, and if one page had a classification marking, they could take the entire box. But they could not only take that box, but they could take the box next to it, the box over it, and the box under it, the box on both sides, in front and behind, even though they didn't necessarily open those boxes. They could take them. They were in search of a crime. And if they can do that to a former president of the United States, what can they do to you, and what can they do to me? We have slowly seen a weaponizing of the system of justice in this country, in particular by one particular party, Democrat. But it should concern everybody that they're doing this so blatantly and so overtly that it's wall-to-wall news. They don't care that they're spilling it everywhere. They don't care. We have got to get back to a point in this country where you are innocent until you're proven guilty. And you have to have probable cause to do something like this. From everything that's been put out, the Trump team has been working with the National Archives and the FBI. And the FBI sat on this warrant for 2 months before they executed it. If it was such a big damn deal, why did they wait 2 months? Or did they need to put together more evidence that they could determine a crime had happened? It all boils down to they don't ever want Trump being able to run for president again. And they're willing to do anything and everything to ensure that doesn't happen, whether it's legal or not. And it's wrong. I mean, honestly, I really don't think Trump should run for president again. He had his shot. He did his business. He proved his point. Now go back and enjoy your money. You know, you're 70-something years old. Live out the rest of your life. Enjoy it. Enjoy being in the most exclusive club in the world. Former presidents. But what's happening is not right, no matter who the target is. And that is my political commentary for today. Hey, Stoners. I am back. We are just about down to the band and our glass is empty. This was a really good pairing. I think the CAO it's a good cigar. It picked up in spiciness about the halfway mark, and that spiciness stayed with it to the end of the stick. But it also brought in the last half some notes of dark chocolate and coffee, which kind of gave it a little bit mellower feel. I liked that. The spice married very well with the Buffalo Trace and the rye spice that is in it. I think these two went very well together. But the CAO Brazilia was a good cigar. It wasn't a great cigar. I'd have to give it about a 85, 86 on my scale. The Buffalo Trace, I know there are a lot of Buffalo Trace fans out there, and they are crazy about Buffalo Trace. I think it was good. I would never turn down a glass of Buffalo Trace. But I think if you're in that distillery, I definitely think something like the W.L. Weller Green Label, the Special Reserve, is definitely a little bit better and would probably be more of my go-to, which I've got a couple of bottles on my shelf right now. I would give the Buffalo Trace an 89 Whiskey Stones. out of 100. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Not taking anything away from them. And they were very good together. The flavors and the profiles married up very well. It would just be maybe a little bit farther down on my list as far as being one of my great pairings. So you should definitely try the CAO Brazil. See if you find things in it that's different than I have, and feel free to put those comments in the comment section. Same thing with the Buffalo Trace. Please leave me comments. See if there's something I might have missed in the palette. I definitely like getting feedback from you guys. Well, that is going to wrap it up for today's show. I thank you for spending some time with me. I look forward to get together with you again. I've got some more great pairings coming up, and I really enjoy getting to spend some time with all of you folks on a weekly basis. Be sure to go by the Sticks-n-Stonez store and pick you up some wonderful Sticks-n-Stonez gear like this embroidered polo. I've got hats, mouse pads, mugs, pretty much anything you could possibly want. Also a lot of cigar accessories, especially ones from my friends over at Cigarism Accessories. You can find links to their site at the end of this. Or you can find them at Cigarism_accessories on Amazon. They have their Amazon store. But if you go to my store, you'll find their products there. Just click on the product you want. It'll take you right to the store to it, and you can buy it right there. Couldn't get any easier than that, right? So be sure to smash the like button, hit subscribe, share, notify, all that kind of stuff. That lets me know that I am doing a great job, and also helps spread the word. And definitely tell your friends, coworkers, whatever, anybody that you know that likes spirits and cigars. Tell them about this old country boy from Texas that is putting these pairings together. I would really appreciate it. But until we get to see each other again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold. Have a great day.